Good afternoon. My name is Sergej Tchirkov. I'm Assistant Artistic Director of the Studio for New Music Ensemble. And today we continue our collective composition online project, which is called Peer-to-Peer. And this is my pleasure to announce the third working session with Annette Schmucki, who's going to be our peer today. And this is going to be the third and the last working session with Annette. The next time we will see each other at the final discussions and at the presentation of the project's outcomes. This presentation will be held on February 3rd. And you are very welcome to follow us today and, of course, on February 3rd at our YouTube channel. The links can be found in the project descriptions, which in turn can be found on our website. I just remind the address. This is www.studionewmusic.ru. Then there will be a link entitled P2P, and you can find the project description and the event schedule, and also the archive of the working sessions that already have been held. I briefly present the musicians and the team. I start with the technical team because they are hidden behind the screen. This is Alexandra Kobrina, who is responsible for the video, for streaming. This is Nikolay Popov, who is doing technical coordination of the whole. And this is Anton Bushinsky, a sound engineer, who is obviously responsible for sound. And here are the musicians of the Studio for New Music Ensemble. Yeah, I forgot to tell you that we are sitting right now in the center of electroacoustic music of Moscow Tchaikovsky Conservatory. And we are happy that these collaborations is part of our long-term and long-lasted collaboration with the center. And I'm equally happy to tell that the project has been possible thanks to generous support of the Pro Helvetia. This is a Swiss Arts Council, and there was an open call to support innovative projects that focus on new possibilities for artistic exchange during those difficult times. And the P2P project is one of those that has been supported by the Pro Helvetia. And my special thanks goes to Pro Helvetia in Moscow. So, and here are the musicians, and I start. No, this time I will start with flute, just the other way around, because normally I start with violin. So this is Maria Baranova, flute, Anna Borisova, oboe, Nikita Agafonov, clarinet, Valentin Puzankov, bassoon, Sasha Kobrina, cello, and Varvara Kosova, violin. So our musicians also, I just mentioned, I listed all the names and the instruments, but it would not be complete if I would not have mentioned that in course of the project, they are becoming a kind of composers too. And this is the topic which will be discussed today, and this is the topic that we explored in course of our project. And this is my pleasure to introduce once again Annette Schmucki, a composer, sound artist, performer, based in Switzerland. And yeah, let's just go. Hi, Annette.
Hello. Hello, everybody. I'm very pleased to be here with you. It's very exciting for me. So after the last session, I thought I could tell you just a few words about parameters. You know this term, parameters in music? Yeah. So there are parameters that are very clear, like dynamics or rhythm or the pitches, but there are also other parameters like proportions, like expression, and maybe we could hear to. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Maybe we could listen to two small examples of the last session and then talk about the parameters that are important in these two pieces. Okay? Is this clear?
Yeah, I think it's clear. Just
okay, so we have number 13 and 14. These are very different pieces. The 13 is the one with the chords of Masha, of her idea of this vertical piece, chords, yeah, we can say, or blocks. The other piece is the last with the voices, the Russian voices. Okay, we hear these two pieces, and then we can talk about what are the important parameters. Because I think when you are a composer, the more you are aware about parameters, the more the music is clear, the music is tough or has a strength. But also a parameter can also be density or heterogeneity, or that are also parameters. It has not to be just clear in the sense of clear, but I think the music, you can feel the music when the composer knows what he or she is doing. So we can talk maybe a bit about these parameters, okay?
Yeah, so before we listen, I'll just say a few words and maybe give a brief summary. Понятно, да, о чем речь шла? Что есть параметры такие вот открытые, как всем понятно, ясная высота и так далее. А есть вот такие не очень. Вот мы сейчас на них попробуем сфокусироваться, послушать два фрагмента из записи с прошлой нашей сессии, где будет Маша на вертикали и Валета версия. Да? Саш, мы можем это сделать сейчас вот этим? Прям подряд.
Подумал! Тот. Поэтому. Вот это. Этому. Эти. Пережить. Один. Узнать. Счастливого. Хорошего. Хорошо. Иметь. Я.
Okay, what do you think? We can talk about the first piece with these blocks or chords. What is here important in this music? What are the parameters that are in the foreground? What do you think?
Какие, да, параметры на первом плане находятся, как вы думаете? Что
бросилось в глаза настроение. Оно такое получилось очень густое, какое-то...
Мы про первый сейчас, да?
Да, про первое. Получилась единая такая звуковая масса, и при этом...
Обволакивающая.
Да, да, очень объемная такая. Мне понравилось.
Uh-huh. So there have been opinions that we are talking about the first version, yeah.
Okay.
That this is a density of moods, a density of voices, but that there is a kind of volume in it, but also that every single voice, every single line, even the short one, is clear. So this is what the musicians just said. Еще мысли какие-нибудь?
And it is a study of chords. Is it a study of density? Is it a study of what would you choose as the main parameter in this piece?
А какой вот главный параметр, как вам кажется?
У каждого голоса получается одна-две ноты, поэтому мы сильно не смешиваемся, мы как будто наслаиваемся.
А как вы это назвать?
Секвенция, может быть? О, нет.
Нет.
Ну, как-то вот один голос вступил, потом второй, третий. Подхватывает.
Но это как бы не параметр.
Да, такая активность.
This is, Masha says that the most important, or the things which is on the foreground, is the behavior of the voices. Then this is a kind of not really canon-like, but something between canon and sequence. There is one voice, and then it gives space to the other one. But this is not parameter, so we are still thinking. This is a technique, I think. So it's not really parameter. Yeah.
Максимально начинали одновременно, мне кажется, заканчивали. То есть это было в каких-то временных рамках.
То есть параметр будет организация во времени. Ага. Anya says that as a parameter, she would say that this is a placement within the time, so a kind of a time organization, because they were all together, because they were limited by the time frames.
Yes.
So this one, Nikita.
So like what would you say? Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Just finish.
Этот временной параметр нас приводит к тому, что мы играем как бы отдельными инструментами, разными голосами, но воспринимается вот что как будто это одна звуковая масса. Вот человек нажал на кнопку, и мы воспроизвели как синтезатор, да?
And this is important. Nikita says that this quality, this placement within the time, leads to the feeling that despite all having different instruments and distinct timbres, they all act like a kind of single organism. So like something, just press the button, playback, and then it happens.
Yes.
So that was it.
Yeah. But all the same, I think it's very. How do we say home again? All the same.
Гомогенная, да, как бы единая фактура. Yeah.
I think it's for me it's a study about how can we say this, about the consistence of something. You know, it's sometimes it's a bit more. Every chord has another consistence, I think, but it's very in a fine way. It's different.
Yeah, I think we agree, да, что каждый аккорд он имеет как бы свой состав. Yeah.
It's very corporal, this music. I think it has a body. It's your ensemble body. That is very beautiful, I think.
Okay,
so, what would you say? How could we go forward in that? Could we do something more, could we do something more extreme in this sense? Or less, or...
Мы дальше можем с этим действовать. То есть можем как бы, да, сделать более что-то экстремальное или наоборот что-то оттуда убрать.
Ну вот в своей версии я...
Нет, вот именно вот в этом же, да, куске, который вот, ну вот в этом направлении, если двигаться.
Я вот единственное, что может соединять слова, не разделять на паузами, а чтобы плавно переходило.
Мне тоже хочется плавности.
Они как бы одной массой идут же и просто одно в другое перетекают.
An idea, for example, would be try to how do you say? So now they're separate chords, but the idea is to join them so that that would be a kind of sound stream, so that they're those distinct organisms, but they would just
they would grow together.
Exactly, yeah.
Like
so
this.
This is the idea,
Yes.
and technically, Valentin says, for example, it could be done by not letting the words be spoken separately, but by joining them. So
Okay,
joining
yes.
the words in one or several lines. So maybe that's one of the ideas. Еще какие-то есть пожелания?
Ритмизовать можно. Ну,
Нет, именно в этом же направлении. Ритм будет немножко что-то другое, да? То есть более строгую ритмическую организацию.
Нет, воспринимайте тоже как один звук, но как бы его...
Чередование, может быть.
Ну, как бы через паузы один и тот же звук
Yeah.
То же самое, но с паузами. Мы тянем, как бы, но прерываем, потом опять в него входим. И каждый будет тоже восприниматься.
Okay, so that, okay, I think I understood. Nikita says that it might be interesting to take the same chord, but to keep it separated with the pauses, but to keep it so that you kind of repeating it every time, but it's going to be probably different every time you do this because the words will be changing.
Yes. There are no answers that are that are right and answers that are not right. I just want to show how we could play with the material, how we could go forward, in which direction. And you see, and Valentin and Nikita, they think completely otherwise. And I think this is also beautiful to recognize that every person is not a composer. So we start with material, and then everybody goes in another direction.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Maybe we could talk about the other small piece.
Давайте про вторую. Давайте про вторую поговорим. Я думаю, что мы к этому еще вернемся, если будет как бы необходимость. So the same question: what was the most important parameter for you in the second version?
Эмоциональная краска слов.
Okay, Sasha says this is the emotional part, which was quite present.
Мне кажется, восприятие. Кажется, настолько сферотичное восприятие вот этого слова.
Восприятие у тех, кто исполнял, да?
Да, у нас, да. Что получается вот такой маленький кусочек театральный. Какой драматический спектакль.
Okay, interesting, because Masha says that everyone, each of the musicians obviously has different relationship with the meaning of the word, because it was their mother tongue, they are all Russian speakers, and everyone, we know that the word means this is a table, this is a microphone, but there is something that we cannot speak out. There is something that we can only have an image of, or something that we feel towards the subject that we call microphone or table or whatever. So, and this is this difference of reading. So there were different readings of the words that they read. This is
yes, that's true.
Is important. Yeah.
Others? No.
Ну, мне показалось, что да, у нас разное восприятие, но в каких-то местах мы прямо встречались, то есть особенно когда одинаковые слова мы произносили, какая-то эмоция была похожа.
yeah, this is close, but in a different, from different perspective. Varya says that yes, there was distinct approach, different approach to the words, but at the same time, that's the likeness of a few words which were either the same or close to each other, and when they kind of meeting points, when there were the treffpunkts for everyone.
Yes, yes, that's interesting. I would suggest to make two small examples of this expression. I think the parameter could be expression. Okay, expression is you say everybody says music is so expressive and music is so emotional and music is that, but this music are just pitches and rhythms, and it's something very physical.
Sound waves.
And I think we could now, sorry?
I'm sorry. Music is just sound waves. So there's nothing,
yeah, yes,
more than that.
Yes. And now we could make an example of one time in voice with your voices and one time with your instruments, and we can just make we can just play a part of this Russian list, and we could say, okay, with voices we begin with very neutral speaking, and we go further, and you can take an aspect, maybe your sadness or angriness or hysteric. I don't know. You can choose one aspect, and you can go with your voice from nothing to all. Okay. Yes.
So that everyone kind of chooses his own emotion, his own emotional aspect, and he starts quite neutrally, but then he sticks to the aspects and opens it really to maybe to extremes.
Yes.
Ага, понятная идея. Но она предлагает сейчас сделать такие два упражнения. Вот первое из которых что когда говорим, вы начинаете как бы достаточно нейтрально, но вы выбираете какой-то аспект эмоциональный, да, какую-то эмоцию. Это может быть страх, это может быть радость, это может быть что угодно, не знаю, ненависть. И как бы с каждым новым словом, да, сейчас про русский текст мы говорим, с каждым новым словом вы как бы вот это дело раскрываете, можете там дойти до экстрима, если будет такое желание. Yes.
Could we try that?
Yes.
And everybody takes his list, his words, and could we go just to this pause, to this line, like the last time?
По своим листикам.
Okay.
So everyone is speaking. There is no plan.
Yes. Yes. And afterwards, we do the same with instruments, okay?
Продолжаем, да, вот эту версию, которую делали Ваня. А потом то же самое сделаем с инструментом.
Вечер.
Идея.
Всем
Когда?
С другой стороны.
сменяется реальность.
Оправдать. Подумал.
Потребности.
Подумал.
Тот.
Об этом.
Тот.
Что?
Это.
Тот.
Та.
Один.
Эти.
Пережить.
Это.
Что-то.
Знать.
Найти.
Радость.
Счастливого.
Хорошо.
Аллах.
Хорошего.
Я.
Иметь.
Я.
Здоровье.
Я.
Не хватило девушки.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a bit. I would say that you got louder, but I, for example, I was sitting here. I couldn't feel any difference, any big emotional differences.
Yeah.
So I could see the difference in dynamic and the way you present it, but I couldn't feel really difference. That this is anger, or this is, I don't know, if someone is scared, or if someone is happy or outraged?
Okay, for me the connection is very bad, and I can't say anything. I heard that it grew up the loudness, but so I'm sorry.
Okay, we can try this again maybe. Yeah, we just try one more time.
Okay. Maybe we make the opposite.
The opposite, to start with a...
Yeah, you start full range with sadness. I don't know, with anger, with anxious, with fear. I don't know. Really, very emotionless. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then you go back. It's a decrescendo to, but not in the loudness, but just in the emotion.
Emotional
in the
decrescendo.
emotions.
Yeah.
And at the end you are very neutral and very cool.
Понятно, да, идея? Сделать то же самое, только начать. Вот. И от меня, я не знаю, как бы у кого-то, если кому-то хочется счастья или что-то такое позитивное выразить, это тяжело, вообще все тяжело, и страх тяжело, особенно начать. Но вот реально ничего не стесняемся. И попробуем вот это счастье, чтобы оно как-то различало, там что-нибудь такое, да. То есть можно себе жестами помогать, это в данном случае нормально, мне кажется, да. Попробуем?
Вечер.
Все! Так же!
Друг
Какой стороны?
изменяется.
Оправдать.
Подумал?
Подумал.
Подумал.
Подумал. Об этом.
Это
Тот. Этому.
Этот.
Эти.
Он.
пережить
Вас.
Что-то.
Произошедшего.
вас.
Счастливого.
Хорошего.
Найти.
Хорошего.
Иметь.
Я.
Я.
Иметь.
Okay, thank you. I think now we try the same with instruments.
Сейчас мы
So
тоже с инструментом.
we do it 2 times. One time we start with neutral sound, with senza vibrato, senza niente, just a tone, and then every time we go further and further. So it's I think when we play instruments, it's more abstract. It's clear. It's not the voice. The voice is very near to the body, and the instrument is a bit apart. So try your best.
So they,
And
yeah, sorry.
no, it's okay. Yeah.
I just wanted to check. So they take the same words and try to express them with the instruments in a way that we have just discussed.
Yes, and the parameter that it's expression. Okay, you know the vibrato. I don't know how you can express or you press the bow, or you have to, in every word you have to express more. You have to do more expression in the sound. Okay. Just to it's just an example to focus the expression, because expression we never talk about expression in the music because it's always in the music, but that's not true. That's we think that, yeah.
Да, то есть мы сейчас попробуем сделать принцип абсолютно такой же, как когда вы говорили, только с инструментом, да, то есть вы первый раз вы начнете как бы нейтрально, да, таким обычным звуком, да, без, ординарио такого тупого. Вот, и с каждым следующим словом, да, то есть, у вас глаза как бы там, да, в вашем тексте, с каждым следующим словом вы как-то раскрашиваете его, но не в музыкальном смысле, а в так исключительно эмоциональном. Вот, давайте попробуем.
У нас один прием на все.
Не, у каждого свой.
Should the sound be the same? I mean, the pitch, or that can be different?
No, they play the words. It can be
Да,
different.
это не звуки,
Yeah.
вы играете слова, да, то есть может быть, конечно, по-разному. Как будто бы вы говорите на инструменте.
But maybe you can think of the words in the first time you just play the the sound of the word and the rhythm, and then you begin to put in expression. Thank you. I don't know, the result of the sound is not so good here, so you have to tell me how was it?
Well, from what I could follow, I had the same problem as with the speaking. So it was not really clear for me what kind of emotions is there or could be there. It cannot be that clear, obviously, I understand, but yeah, for me it was just kind of interesting way of playing instruments. So
Okay.
I couldn't follow. I had the score, but I couldn't make connections between the words and the this realization.
Maybe we need a bit more of time, so we could play it in Zeitlupe. In how do we say that?
Yeah, I understand. Увеличительное стекло, может быть, немножко как бы больше времени взять и как будто под лупой мы рассматриваем вот это дело.
So that you really can make, I don't know, with the sound you can make a vibrato. You have to blow up these words a bit. Okay? Can we try that?
It was for me that was much more interesting. It was nice. No, it wasn't literally nice, but it was really interesting.
Okay.
No,
I
that was clear. I sometimes I try to listen to the whole.
To can express something.
Yeah, that's true. Because sometimes I could follow single lines and there was clear development, and sometimes, of course, there was development of musical material that was played before, which is quite natural. But sometimes there were clear emotional development.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just listened to the whole, and it was also interesting because it was quite unpredictable. So I couldn't predict what's going to be next. That was interesting.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. Maybe one last experiment. We do the other way around. So you begin with the most feeling, the most expression that you can, and you go back to the very neutral sound. Okay?
эмоции, с таким нейтральным звуком.
Сейчас начинаем прямо эмоционально,
Да.
да? Потом...
Thank you. Beautiful. Yes. It's really, you don't, you know, music is not in terms, and you don't understand what it is. You don't, I don't hear anger or sadness, but I hear this charged sounds, and then they get lighter and lighter. So this is very nice, and I think as composer you can play with things like that too. I with voices it's more clear that's clear. But also with instruments you can play with this charged sounds and with these light sounds. So this is just an example to play with parameters in music, not just with dynamic and rhythm and duration, but also with other parameters like expression. Okay.
Good.
So why I tell you that is that the last time we heard we listened to that piece before with the voices, and there it was very clear. There is so much, you told that too, there is so much expression in it. So when you speak, like Marsha said, there are different kinds of pronouncing words, because everybody of us has other feelings about these words. And as composer, I think you have to have the responsibility to work with that, not just to let it go and everybody make. You can really work with that, and also as ensemble, as collective composing team, you can play with that.
Good. I think that's very good idea. So, just make sure that it's clear for everyone. Yeah, what Annette just said. Okay. Good. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So just to say once more, the parameters in music. I think this is very important to reflect on that when you compose, because when not, there are happening many accidents. Okay, also proportion, dramaturgy, all these things. When I studied with Matthias Spalinger, this was my teacher in composing. he made always these exercises to take just one parameter, maybe proportion. He told us, okay, there are 3 minutes, divide them in 2. And then you had to divide them in 2. It's easy, you can just cut it, but then he asked you why. So this is once more this why. Why you cut 3 seconds and then you have 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Why you want to cut here and not here? And so this is sometimes I think it's very important to sort out parameters and to take, as we did now, to take just one expression or proportion or rhythm, or to check yourself. What do you think about? To be not overwhelmed of all these sounds, these ideas that are in us. So, as I told the last time, maybe it's better to reduce sometimes, to be more clear and to know what you can listen to, or know what you can hear, or what you can feel.
Good. Thank you. I think it's wonderful exercise that Matthias Sparlanger has given to his students, because I mean it's quite simple, but it's very important that you are free to choose whichever suits best your artistic vision, but then you have to give arguments. You have to explain why. You have to persuade why did you do that's this way and not another one. So that's interesting.
Я просто Аннет рассказывала, да, про, ну она вообще говорит, что это как бы для вас, как для композитора, для сочиняющей группы, да, как вот, что очень интересно к вопросу о том, как ориентироваться в этом всем богатстве, которое в импровизациях или вот в таких вот вещах может обнаружиться, да, что чтобы структурировать, очень важно фокусироваться на параметрах, которые вот не очевидны, да, как, скажем, эмоция или пропорция. И привела в пример, как Матиас Шпалингер, ее учитель композиции, давал такие небольшие задания все время на один параметр. Скажем, вот там 3 минуты, вот надо его поделить на 2. И ты можешь там отрезать 3 секунды, оставить 2,57, но ты должен объяснить, почему. То есть, да, ты свободен делать абсолютно творческой свободы. Ты можешь сделать все, что хочешь, но ты должен объяснить, аргументировать вот это. И вот это вот такие упражнения давал на каждый параметр.
Yeah, I just gave a summary of your example with Matthias and all of the rest, because I think it's very it seems quite simple and it seems quite obvious, but I think it's sometimes it's essential for making music, and it doesn't matter if you're really composing or if you're improvising, or actually if you are a performer. This is just as important as for composer, because then you are not just limited to the speech and rhythm things, but then you're much more sensitive to many other issues that are not that obvious, that probably cannot be notated, because it's not evident that you can clearly notate, let's say, emotion or proportions, and it's not necessarily they can be easily analyzed. So it's interesting to look behind what's there hidden behind the score. Thank you. That's really valuable.
Okay, now everybody of us have prepared something. Maybe I have this from Varia, this very long list.
Yeah, this is this is an explanation. This is an explanation for you, because Varia wrote it in Russian and then she translated it to English for you.
Wow.
But there is also a score. But the score is also instructions, but they're in Russian. So I haven't sent it to you yet because I haven't translated it yet. But the musicians have this, and probably I could read the instructions, or I don't know if they're explained.
общее, да?
Но нам сначала нужно попробовать Сашину, потому что она
Yeah.
включена сюда.
But if you want to try the musicians' versions now,
Yes, yes, of course.
okay, then we would better start with another one, because
Okay.
another one makes part of various versions, so that's somehow integrated and inspired.
Okay, super.
So-
You just show me what you have done, and so we can hear. And it's up to you, Sasha.
Yeah.
Just a few words.
Yes, sure.
I made a partiture of our work, so I used some parameters. I used about 6, maybe. German speech, Russian speech, solo parts for winds, for winds solo parts for Varya, and solo parts for me, and based on harmonic. I mean, it all based on harmonic.
На чем? На гармонии?
На гармонии, которую Маша тогда предложила, когда в букву.
Yeah, it's all based on the principles as suggested by Masha last time, that the harmony would result out of the letters.
So I had 6 parameters, and after I played some kind of Sudoku, I just put in different places and tried to make how it says dramatic construction.
Dramatic.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have a general pose. I have different dynamics, and now we try to play it.
Yeah, just a moment, Annette. I will send you now the score, because Sasha has prepared complete score and parts.
Yeah.
So she's done everything.
So
and I just send it to you.
And the piece, the duration of the piece, so
Длительность.
40 minutes.
No. It's 33 bars. 33 bars.
33 bars. Okay.
4, как это? 4 четверти.
Yeah, 4 fours.
4. So that's it. And I wanted to ask you to conduct us.
Me?
Yes,
Okay.
because we can make mistakes, and if you will conduct.
Yeah, obviously. It's not a problem. I know that the budget, of course, will be significantly higher, but
All right, we talk about it later.
I mean, if you want an accordiονist to conduct that, then you take the risks. Okay, so shall we just try and listen to what happens?
Yes.
Okay, then I have a big score. Just a moment.
Саша, какой ты?
4 четверти, где-то 1, 2,
Подождите,
3.
Понятно.
А какая страница первая?
Там написано сверху Annette. P2P.
Где начало? Это начало, Саша?
Нет.
Нет, это вторая.
А первая?
А это тоже не первая.
Надо
Вот,
первая страница.
Окей. And the second one?
Так, вторая страница начинается с... У флейты 3 паузы.
У флейты, так. А третья страница?
Третья у флейты ля соль ми.
Все, я понял.
И последняя, соответственно, и.
Окей.
Так.
Только не начали играть.
Там же атональная
Да.
музыка?
Почти.
Нет, смотри,
Нет, там все написано.
Никиты в первом
Это
такте
он распевается,
верхней ноты
как
ля.
говорится.
Смотри, у тебя же есть си,
Это фа.
Это ми, ля.
Это ми или ми бемоль?
Ми бемоль.
а верхняя ля бемоль.
Нет, верхний ля. Обычный.
Значит, просто временной, что ли?
Okay, so we just let's try and see what happens.
Нет, ставь 2 диеза. У нас потому что
Ну, я фа диез тогда плыву.
и си
А
бемоль.
первая нота ми бемоль.
Ладно, мы это потом поправим.
Просто у
Это
нас
не
сейчас
так
фа
октав,
бетар и...
у нас в октаву сейчас быстро. У нас ля У нас Саша играет, и у тебя должна быть.
Саша, какой-то?
Не всегда могут совпадать. Что?
Там
Какой темп?
примерно, да.
Раз, два,
Окей.
три.
Я 3-4 дам, да?
Да.
Окей. 3, 4.
Sasha, congratulations on the first performance.
Yay! Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's really nice, interesting, and cool. Thank you so much. It's a great. It's you that you have done this together, or it's you that.
This is Sasha, but I think she was inspired by our discussion last time.
Yeah. Yes.
So and she took the idea, and then she managed to do it all along. So all the practical instructions, which is the score and the parts, they were done by Sasha alone. So.
No, it's beautiful. I think I can hear also these experiments of the last time. You know, it's really developed version of last time. Yeah, super.
Yeah.
What is about the pitches? How did you took them?
All pitches. is in the words, like A, C, D, and
Oh, okay.
other.
Yeah. You made a
Sometimes,
list, or
of course, we play not exactly what I wanted, but but this not. There is no как лишних звуков. То есть здесь нету нот, которых бы не было.
So all the tones, all the notes, they are taken as letters from the text. So no other tones are here in the score. Just those encoded in the words.
Okay. Yes. Because the feeling is very Russian for me. No, it's a bit, the cliche of this a bit heavy and melancholic sounds. No.
Yeah,
sorry.
I think it was
but I
was a
don't
bit
know
too slow.
why. Because it's really just a cliche. But I thought it's like in the years of 20. It's a bit.
It's not exactly what I wanted. I mean, we need to rehearse this several times.
What would you like to make otherwise?
Increase tempo.
Yeah, to do it a bit faster.
A bit okay. Yes.
I wanted somehow to hear it как со стороны.
Yeah, you will get a version, of course.
Yes, and I wanted all words a bit louder.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
the pronunciation a bit clearer. Yeah,
Yes,
even when you're
hear.
whispering, please try to pronounce a bit. Please exaggerate, преувеличивайте, даже когда вы шепчете.
Даже если там пьяно написано, это все равно должно быть слышно.
Okay. Yes.
Shall
For me,
we
the
try this
words-
again? Yeah,
the
sorry.
words were very clear.
Really?
Here in Switzerland, the words were very clear. Yes, I understood them. They were okay. For me, they were very good, very well pronounced, and very clear.
Wow.
But maybe you can think a bit of the as composer, the art of the way of playing. So does the flute with this you say vibrato? I don't know. And it was very in a conventional way played. I don't know. Can we say this? Maybe you could focus a bit of how they have to play as composer.
Yes,
Very straight, legato, non-legato.
Yes, sometimes it has little marks about how it should sound.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yes.
it has, but I said before we need to rehearse.
So, I don't want to criticize because it was first. It was very beautiful. It was really a tough piece. It was clear in these different episodes. No, thumbs up. I just wanted to know a few things. How could it go further? It's clear you hadn't have much time to do something. That's clear. Okay, but also that how playing is a parameter. You can. Do you want a vibrato? Do you want a single tone? Do you want when you have a line of different notes? Do you want to have them? You have them as legato, as melody, or just as tones? These are also things you have to think about. But you said you have had notices, and okay. So maybe we could play it once again next
Okay.
Wednesday.
Just a moment.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we give it another try? Or
Yes, but maybe you as composer can
can think about this. Yeah.
And no, you can now tell about tell them. I want that. I want the words clear. I want, you know, you are now in a repetition, and it's you to say some words to the musicians. Okay?
I'll just translate so that Sasha wants the words to be a bit more clear, articulated. That's the dachte. The dachte is a kind of a climax of the first part. The tempo is going to be a bit faster.
А в каком нюансе пятый так вообще?
Их должно быть громкое, и у тебя, вот это особенно важно, у тебя единственное повторяется одно, поэтому его прям прокричи. И где, вот еще второй момент, где все написано заглавными буквами, там можете прям кричать.
And also when it's written, when the words are written with the capital letters, then you can be really loud, so you can just cry out.
Значит, можно, да, побыстрее?
Yes, sure.
Побыстрее, примерно как? Пом, пом.
Yeah.
Is it closer to what you wanted?
Much more closer. Нет.
Yes, yes.
Нет предела.
No, it's in one way more expressive, but in one way more clear and straight. I understood it better, not with my brain, but as a feeling. Okay, yes, beautiful. what we have talked about today was the expression of the voice, and so this was very this whispering sounds and also this crying sounds. This has I just want to say this is very charged. You can't cry without the sound being charged, you know. So this is what you have to reflect on if you want that or not. So it's suddenly it becomes an expression of drama. Also the whispering sound. So I don't know. It's not a judgment. It's just to say if you want that or not. Okay. But very beautiful and really big work. Yeah, super. Shall we change to the other version, or is
yes,
that a part? I
this
didn't
is
understand.
no.
Is that a part of your piece, Varya? Or
yeah, Varya will explain. But
okay.
yeah, we basically have two working versions. So this the one we just did, and the one that Varya has developed. I think that also Varya's version was to a large extent based on the exchange with Masha.
Yes.
It was Masha said last time, because so there was a kind of exchange, and on some other topics. So I don't know, Varya, do you want to say something about this or?
Ну, если все прочитали.
Yeah, because I had to tell something to those who are following us. Мне нужно что-то сказать для тех, кто нас слушает или будет слушать.
Сейчас думаю, как побыстрее. Я пыталась, во-первых, опереться на то, что мы уже решали на прошлых сессиях.
Yeah, so again, Varya draws from what we did last time and also in the first session.
Кроме того, я добавила то, что написала Саша как кульминацию, можно сказать.
В смысле, всю пьесу или что?
Нет, то, что версию Саши добавила сюда, потому что это будет очень длинное исполнение. Вот, добавила как кульминацию, можно сказать, как объединение слова и звука.
And also, Varya's version is, I would say, this is not just a version. This is a kind of a concept, because it's the duration is significantly longer than the Sasha's piece, and Sasha's version is integrated into the whole concept as a symbol of of how the word and the sound are united in a kind of normal composition.
Yes.
Okay.
И вот в той схеме, которую мы сейчас попробуем исполнить.
Yeah, this is I just tell for everyone. So this is an instructions. They are text-based instructions. There are no score. There are no parts. There are parts, but they are all text-based.
Yes. These are these 14.
Yes, 14 parts.
Yeah, 14 lines, 14 линий, да? 14 lines, they are instructions, and they are different. They are different for everyone. Yeah.
А можно вопрос такой один уточняющий? На каком языке мы читаем?
Нам нужно выбрать язык.
Yeah, they have to choose the language.
Да, потому что слова подобраны так, чтобы они были созвучны по партитуре, если смотреть.
Я предлагаю тогда немецкий, потому что, чтобы мы оторвались от начального слова, проще.
And Sasha suggests that it might be worth trying German version first, in order to get rid of the meaning of the words, because it would be difficult in Russian to get rid of the words' meaning, something which we did last time. So that's why Sasha suggests we would try German version first.
And this, you know, I have a translation of you.
Yes.
And these 14 points, they are playing one after the other, or do they can choose?
Как они организуют? То есть они идут...
So the original idea is just one by one. So they are 14s.
That would mean the piece is 40 minutes.
Maybe.
Okay. Shall we? When I make this, then the time is over for our meeting. Okay.
И еще, думаю, стоит сказать, что в первых 7 вот этих событиях есть метр.
And the first seven events, they have a meter, so there is approximately one line or one word is 40.
Yes. Can we, Varya, can we cut the piece, or shall we hear? Shall we listen to the whole piece? Because maybe it's very long.
Yes, yeah, probably. We have different opinions. The author agrees to cut it. She wants to try, but just to try. And there are different opinions. There are those who want to.
It depends. Как вы считаете? Давайте. Смотрите, у нас действительно не так много времени, потому что у нас еще есть версия Annette.
Yes, it depends.
They said they are not going. I just told them that we have another version to try today. This is your version, Annette, and I asked them if they are not going to be tired. So they said that no, we are not going to get tired. So
okay. Let's try.
Let's
it's okay.
But before we go, then it's important that we wouldn't stop, I think. And is everything clear for everyone? Is there something to agree upon? О чем-то договориться нужно?
Там не написано, там написано. А сколько? Ладно, хорошо. А солировать чем инструмент?
Да. То есть ты по своей партии играешь только ты чувствуешь слова, а мы читаем в твоем характере.
So for number 13, there's going to be a clarinet solo.
Попробуем, да?
Да. И насчет реакции вот в первом, где мы идем с метром, то есть если, например, мы идем 40, слово, следующее слово, то есть реакция, ну, как бы во вторую половину такта. Слово,
Мне нужно поддерживать первое или как?
Ну, в принципе,
то есть как?
можно.
Пам, да?
Да.
Я не буду следить по этим самым, ладно? Ты мне просто кивни, когда закончится.
И у нас будут большие паузы между...
So, and they're gonna to make large pauses between the lines. Okay, so this sounds adventurous. Let's do this. Yes, of course, nobody's sure that it's gonna work, but it's.
Sergej.
Yes.
Maybe you could show them when the next line begins.
That's what they asked me for, but then I said that I'm gonna have difficulties with this because I'm not the composer. But okay, we will do this together with you, Varya. You will give me a sign. Хорошо? Ты мне вот, а я всем буду показывать. Хорошо? Okay, Varya will show me, and I will show to the others. Something like that.
Super. Good luck.
Oh, thank you. 40, да?
Als. Auf.
Begründen.
Bis. Dachte. Dachte. Das. Die. Dürfen. Erworben. Euch. Gesundheit. Habe. Ich kann. Mensch. Muss. Nicht. Passieren. Sehr. Sie. Tiger. Unbeschränkt. Und vergaß. Weiß. Werden. Wir. Wünsche. Zu sein.
Haben.
Als. Auf.
Brauch.
Dachte. Dachte.
Der.
Das.
Dies.
Dürfen. Erformen. Euch.
Finden.
Gesundheit. Habe. Ich.
Inspiration.
Kann.
Mensch. Nach.
Nicht. Passieren.
Richtig.
Sehr.
Wirken.
Sie.
So.
Tiger.
Tiger.
Unbeschränkt. Und. Vergaß.
Verstechen.
Weiß.
Werden.
Werden.
Wir.
Wünsche. Zu sein.
Haben. Auf. Als.
An.
Brauch.
Dachte.
Dachte. Der. Dies. Ein. Es. Finden. Gut. Haben.
Пробуем еще раз именно это.
Давайте, да, извините.
Там же-
Двое вы.
Да, да.
Почему, а третья партия?
Так третья Валина.
А вот еще...
Давайте стараться не останавливаться, да? Давайте еще раз.
Четвертая?
Да.
4? Третью, да, играем? 3.
Haben. Als. Auf. Brauch. Dachte. Dachte. Der. Dies. Ein. Es. Finden. Gut. Haben. Ich. Inspiration. Kann. Mensch. Nach. Nicht. Richtig. Selten. So. Tiger. Und. Verstechen. Feld. Werden. Vorher. Zeitpunkt. Zufrieden.
Ahnung.
Andererseits begründen, dachte, darüber, der, diese, ein, etwas, frohe, guten, ich, ja, lange, mit, Nacht, nichts, sagt, sich, Straße, tut, und was, wenige, Wind, Wohlbefinden, zu fühlen, zyklisch. Meinung, andererseits, begründen, dachte, darüber, der, diese, ein, etwas, frohe, guten, ich, ja, lange, mit, Nacht, nichts, sagt, sich, Straße, tut, und was, wenige, Wind, Wohlbefinden, zu fühlen, zyklisch. Andererseits, begründen, dachte, darüber, der, diese, ein, etwas, frohe, guten, ja, lange, mit, Nacht, nichts, sagt, sich, Straße, vergessen, wenige, Wind, Wohlbefinden, zu fühlen, zyklisch. Ahnung, andererseits, begründen, dachte, darüber, der, diese, ein, etwas, frohe, guten, ich, ja, lange, Mensch, nichts, sagt, sich, Straße, tut, unbeschränkt, was, weniger, werden,
Wonderberg.
Zügen.
Haus.
Zufrieden.
Allen. Ande. Bisofon. Dachte. Das. Der. Diesem. Ich. Geschehen. Gut. Ich. Reden. Lange. Mit. Nichts. Nichts. Schöne. Sie. Так. Oberstgegen. Und. Rechte. Wenn. Wir. Worte. Zu Haus.
Dachte. Daran. Der. Dies. Ein. Freude. Gut. Hat. Ich. Ist. Keine. Mich. Nicht. Ruin. Sich. Strafen. Tun. Und. Von.
Weniger. Wie woher zu zurückblicken.
Bis. Dachte. Dachte. Dass. Die. Dürfen. Erworben. Euch. Gesundheit. Haben. Ich. Kam. Mensch. Muss. Nicht. Basieren. Sehr. Sie. Tiger. Unbeschränkte. Und vergaß. Weiß. Werden. Wir. Wünschen. Zu sein. Andererseits begründen, dachte, darüber, der, diese, ein, etwas, frohe, guten, ich, ja, lange, mit, nachts, nichts, sagt, sich, Straße, tut, und was weniger Wind, Wohlbefinden zu fühlen, zyklisch.
Да, я думаю, можем ее повторить.
Давайте попробуем сразу 13.
Да.
Мы слушаем Никиту.
Несколько слов осталось. Спасибо, ребята.
So that was it without line 13. Line 13 we skipped because it's Sasha's piece.
Okay, yes. Mm-hmm. No.
12. Oh, sorry, 12. Besides line 12, yeah. 12.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I think it's really brave to do such a long piece, and for me it was, I could really jump in and be in this really big metamorphose. How could we, in this very big mutation? You know, it started with words, and then it kept on and you could understand every step you could understand, but it was also a bit like a miracle, because you didn't know what comes in the next time. It's very beautiful. I think really also the duration is really important for that piece, because it's like half melted ice that is changing and it needs time.
Я, кстати, согласен, да, мне тоже кажется, у меня тоже было такое ощущение, как...
So I said that I agree with what you have just said, that I also had this feeling when it started, because also that's the first time I see the instructions. Really. I mean, I read them through, but I didn't, I didn't read in. So, and that was also the same feeling, that it starts extremely static, and it remains somehow static, and there are just only a few outbreaks of well, not of energy, because there is energy, and the energy is changing, and it has changed towards the end of the piece, but also inside those small lines. And for that, of course, you would need time, and that's really understandable that it takes this extended version. That's good that you started with a Licht.
Yes. No, it was very beautiful. Maybe you could think about the pauses between the in between. Shall they should be everything the same duration, or shall they? Now it was a bit eine Unruhe. It was not very composed. The
now it was more or less technical pauses. So me
yeah.
the microphone.
Yes, but maybe you could think about what do you think? What could you?
I think
what could you
say
invent for these poses?
You say about pauses. I think it should be more long about pauses, but I think from the first to 7 part, maybe it should be more fast. I'm about the tempo, all tempo. When we read the words with Sasha, or we can, мы можем, чтобы раньше присоединялись.
Or we can also add voices a bit earlier, so it doesn't have to last the whole list of voices till the next one comes. So I think that your general idea about the movement is that the first section, which is so to say rhythmical section, can be faster. Yeah, can be compressed somehow. Okay.
And why not make, you know, in the development of the piece, there is much more in. Every time there is a bit more in. So maybe you could make the pauses every time a bit longer. You know. So this is the contrary of the content, Inhalt. Is this
content. Yeah.
The contrary of content are the pauses. They grow and grow, but the content of the pieces grows also. Do you understand? Sorry.
Да, но логика Аннет как раз в том, что будет тогда такое равновесие определенное, да, то есть начинается с мало событий и паузы меньше. Да, и меньше паузы. Но потом внутри содержания появляется все больше и больше становится. И пауза это как бы такой, ну, как я понимаю, наш референс, ссылка к тому, что было, как бы, да, время замереть вот это. В принципе, может быть и так, но я думаю, что мы сейчас не будем пробовать эту версию.
From 9 to 14, we need pauses to coordination, I think, not only for character.
Yes, to make clear that this is something
but
else.
But now it is not what I want.
Не все получилось.
Yes, no, obviously now not every single detail worked as you wanted it to be.
But thank you very much.
And are there, maybe you could also reflect on, are there pieces that are not necessary? Maybe there are 2 or 3 pieces of these 14 that are not, I don't know, or maybe you could choose together in the group. Are there pieces that are a bit the same as the other, or, you know, maybe you don't have to reflect now, but
yes, sure.
But maybe you can throw away 1 or 2. I know it now. It's very beautiful. This whole bow over the piece, but maybe I don't know. I'm not sure. But maybe you could think, no, this is not really necessary.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe you could play it once again, not now, but another time. no, you can also play now, but then the time is over. So
then we have,
maybe you could play it once again and discuss a bit in the group.
I would suggest that we can just we can just wait until the streaming is finished. Then we turn on the camera, and then we just do it 10 times in a row. So that everyone, when she or he would come back home, that everyone would be just whispering, you know, like Gesundheit. There's nothing else to say, just the German words, and especially funny if you wouldn't understand what they mean. So I think it would be fantastic. John Cage would have loved it.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Good.
Oh, it's really beautiful.
So thank you, Varya. That's fantastic.
Could we say that is our piece, included the piece of Masha?
Of Sasha.
12?
Sasha. Yeah, that's Sasha's piece, number 12.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one we did before. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So we didn't play it now because we just did it. I think it's really beautiful, and also the length, and also it's powerful in this quietness. So.
Она говорит, что ее как бы сила в такой как бы quietness, quiet это тихий, сила в такой, ну не в тишине, а в камерности, я бы сказал, да, сжатости, да, вообще, ну в всей композиции.
Yeah.
And now we choose German language, but we can choose Russian if we want to play this version.
Okay.
And I don't think about it. In Sasha's version, there are 2 languages, and how do you think? Is it normally to play, to put it into this large one with another language? What do you want? And what do you want?
Мне кажется, что можно разнообразить вот эти как раз линии, добавив, что какую-то часть читаем на другом языке. То есть не обязательно, мне кажется, можно скомбинировать. Да.
Yes, also you can think about this. You can reflect on that. That we can make some interactions between Russian and German. That we can combine sometimes Russian, sometimes German, so that you then don't have to just stick to one single language throughout the piece.
Yes,
yeah,
but maybe you just invite. Sorry, Sasha.
Я сказала, что тогда будет моя пьеса тоже органично слушаться, что смешение языков будет не
Yeah, because that's a good point. Sasha, as a composer, she means that also her piece in this way, if there will be both languages involved, also her piece would be a kind of logical installment into the whole structure, because in Sasha's piece there are both languages.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There is something to think about. Sure. So good. Any other thoughts on this?
What do you think? How was it to play that?
Как это было для вас, для исполнителей, не для автора, а для исполнителей?
Ну, тяжело было так замедлиться. То есть вот по ощущению своему хочется больше действий, но ты понимаешь, что в этом и есть суть. То есть это просто, ну, как нутро развивается, делать больше, но
that you feel kind of interesting, that you felt kind of constrained under those constraints, and you were tempted to give more, to show more, but then you realize that there are these limitations, and that was interesting point for Sasha.
Yes, yeah. I understand, but I think that these limitations helps a lot.
Yeah.
For that the piece is really straight in this. It's like static, like you said, Sergej. But all the same, it has a strongness, straightness, toughness in these limitations also, I think.
Yeah.
One thing I could say is the part of Nikita. I think there you could with your language you could more be near his sounds. You know, in German you say anschmiegen. that is like a cat that goes to his who is to his. You have to be closer to Nikita's sounds, not to him, to his sounds. Just.
Как кошка, когда, знаешь, вот вокруг ног вьется, вот так вот вокруг твоих звуков.
По-моему, это сейчас это здорово получилось.
Like a symbiose. Yeah. You to really go very near with your words.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
I thought this was a bit. It was played, but you hadn't time to do it very often. But I think that would be a way to go.
Yeah, that would be an option too.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So I then suggest we have another version as everyone's still alive.
Okay.
We have another version. There is a version developed by Annette. It's 4 hours long, I'm sorry to say.
Okay. So we say goodbye to the public and we do that.
and we start doing music. Sorry. No.
No. I thought of a piece that has 2 parts, separated. One part is in Russian, and this is the part we did last time. So if somebody begins with a word, everybody goes in and speaks in a maybe it's a piece about expression. You can speak long or short or loud or noisy or whispering. It's really to give all the die ganze Palette, all sorts of pronunciation, pronouncing.
Первая пьеса — это то, что мы делали в тот раз, собственно, да, ну как мы сейчас перед началом обсуждали. И да, может быть, поиграть как бы с экспрессией, то есть вот, да, что вы можете давать полную палитру, вот это все.
This is one part, and the other part is very strict in semiquavers. Tuck, 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 tuck. Sometimes there are 5 or 9 or 2. Every line has a duration, as you can see on the left. And you play a very short sound, a bit longer sound, or a long sound. After every line, there is a little pause. Okay? You begin at the first beat. So.
Sorry, Annette. One thing. After every bar, there is a little pause. So you have, for example, for the beginning, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No.
Then it goes in.
Included. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you the longest that plays. Who he plays the longest note plays just for.
I see. So the pause is already in the
rhythm. No, there are no pauses.
That's what we talked about.
You have just to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you have to be really straight on the beginning. You begin. Sometimes you have just a staccatissimo sound, tuck, and sometimes you have a longer note, and sometimes you have a really long note.
Yeah, there's the duration. So, for example, yes, this is the duration there. So you have, for example, the first bar. У тебя какой номер? So the first bar for you, Sasha, for number 2 would be a glissando between E and E flat, which together lasts 1/4.
Да,
so
но я к тому, что это всегда один звук. Когда указано 16, мы играем только одну 16.
Yeah, if there is just one semiquaver, you play just one semiquaver.
Ага. Да, я вспомнил. А внутри, если два звука...
And then you wait. So let's say you have pum, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Prom.
Это два звука,
Дроп,
значит,
это глиссы, по возможности глиссы, либо очень связано. So when you have two notes in a row, then during this time you are free to choose where to place this second note, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're free to choose wherever do you want to place the second note. Ты абсолютно свободен, куда ты выбираешь вторую ноту. Но значит, у тебя есть там 2 или 3 там, да, бывает. So in your case, Nikita, which number do you have? Number 1. Sure. So let's say, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 from counting from the bottom line. 5-я строчка снизу, Gesundheit. Да, у тебя Gesundheit там где.
Нет, у Никиты 6-я партия.
Sorry, Nikita had number 6. Nikita, ты меня не путай. Okay, then you have geschlafen. 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 Do you have geschlafen?
3 notes.
Да, you have 3 notes there. That means that you have, for example, one C, D. Just I mean, you are free where do you place this B natural, then where do you place this D flat and D. And also there is in the instructions, Annette asks that all those notes within the bar, that they will be played either so close as possible, so either legatissimo, or even on the instrument, if you can do this, and so then you can just play a glissando.
И иногда можно говорить эти слова.
Do they talk sometimes? Do they pronounce the words?
Yes, you can choose.
Да, можете выбирать.
Play or to talk. So if you don't want to play or you want to talk, you talk. In the extreme, everybody is just talking. No.
Okay.
So,
and another question is about the position, about the octaves, because
yes, okay.
So it might be a bit too high, for example, for bassoon to play all day in the.
The C1 with one line.
Yeah.
This is the C in the middle of the piano.
Yeah, that's you wrote in the
And
commentary.
then the whole range is 2 octaves, and I think everybody can play this, but it's not transposed. You know, you have really to read the notes how they are written.
Да, придется играть, постараться.
Shall I translate it? Shall I translate for you? Also, clarinet, it's not in B. It's not notated in B. You know, it's just the sounds. Maybe we could make a try, and everybody plays this E with two zweigestrichenes E.
Двойная вот эта ми с двойными вот этими штуками.
Maybe we could all play this note and
можем сыграть эту ноту, это самая высокая нота. Ми второй, второй.
Somebody was too low, but
yeah, I think it works. Yeah, so everyone can play this E.
Okay. So I'm sorry. I tried to write it in mi, do, re, mi, but Sergej told me.
No, that's fine. I think everyone can read it. It's not a problem. So
when not, you can
octaves which
quickly
in question.
Write your own notes. Okay. So you can choose between speaking or playing. When you have 2 or 3 notes, then you can, how Sergej did told you can choose when you change the note, or you make a glissando. I don't know. Sometimes it's possible also for the winds. Sometimes not. So you choose
Ну,
how
посмотрите,
to
да, если
play.
сможете сделать глисс внутри этих, там, где нужно сделать. Если неудобно, вы просто легато сыграете. Да? Внутри нот, там, где их 2 или 3.
So do you want me to conduct somehow?
Да. Нет, почему мы играем?
We will do now just this second piece, yeah?
Yes.
Да, мы сейчас только вот это все. Мы сейчас работаем только над этой второй пьесой.
Okay, or maybe the violin leads, you know, then you have to move.
Ты сможешь дирижировать?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to.
Okay. Well, let's for now. I think it's easy with me.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure that it's easy with me. Sorry, but.
But you know it's so expensive.
I know. Yeah, but you know that's life. If you really want to have a real maestro conducting music, then you have to live with it.
Okay.
You know, I basically free this week. Next month I'm starting Wagner and Stockhausen, you know, the big things. But for now it's just good.
For now it's just Schmucki. Yeah.
Just Schmucki. Good. So.
Does everyone have this correct page number? We have page 1 and page 2. Did I give everyone? Okay. Я 5 задам пустой. Давай empty bar.
Извините, а можно еще раз? Да. Не успеваем переключаться перед тактом, получается каждый раз пустой такт перед этим, или только у меня так?
Нет.
Каждого разные длительности нот.
Ну,
Саша, у тебя какой номер?
у меня второй, но я не успеваю сыграть второй. Ну, давайте еще раз просто.
Yeah, just try again.
And I forgot something. Sorry. I forgot to say, make the first impulse when you begin the note. You make a sforzato, and when you have just a semi-quaver, then it shall like a bit noisy. It can be a bit noisy, dark, so that we can hear when it begins. Not so just like this. Okay.
Okay. Empty bar before.
Нет, непонятно.
Я не успеваю,
Может быть, нам метроном какой-нибудь?
Нет, метроном
А, там же иногда 9, господи.
Да, там в том-то и дело, что когда 9, непонятно, где первый доля.
Первую я просто вот так себе. Давайте я двумя руками покажу.
Okay, so we will give one place.
Тихо так.
Сейчас будет картина, показывает только мою руку. Okay, so shall we try this again?
Yes.
Fantastic. Что это? Значит, левую руку я буду показывать такт. Что бы там ни происходило внутри, не обращайте внимания.
Yeah. Okay, you understand how it works. It's really a row to go downwards. It's the alphabet that shows that. So the words are sorted by alphabetically, and so I put for every letter one pitch, and so it goes upwards. But also the second and third letter are involved, so it's a bit shaky. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Now I would suggest to also to leave out some tones and speak some words.
Ага, сейчас идея такая, чтобы мы какие-то ноты, может быть, выпустили, а что-нибудь сказали.
Yeah, everyone was so busy following the rhythms that everyone forgot about this.
That would be the next step, and the third step would be everyone can choose one line and says how many times it will be repeated.
Попробуем вставлять слова, это сейчас будет второй шаг. А вот третий шаг, что каждый выбирает, значит, ну, вот эту свою линию и решает,
how many times should be repeated what?
This line, it's a loop. So everybody
the whole sequence of the words
will choose. Yes, in these lines, everybody can choose a loop. So you can say, I take line 4. This is the most beautiful line. So I take line 4 and I say, we will repeat that 20 times, or we repeat that 2 times. So everyone can can go into the piece and choose a loop.
So you mean if you take the example with the line 4, so you mean that I do Ahnung, andererseits, begründen, dachte, darüber, diese ein, etwas, bis zum 1, 2, 3, 4, bis zum Zyklus.
The fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4, bis, braucht, bringen, dachte, dachte.
4, das ist Ahnung, andererseits, begründen, dachte. Ja? Oder?
No. I mean the line, you know, the horizontal line.
I see. Okay, So Abend, aber, Ahnung, allen, alles. This is line 1 and line 4 would be, okay.
Yes.
Bis,
so
braucht,
you can
bringen,
say
dachte.
line 1 shall be played
Ja, okay,
7 times. And you can discuss or you can just choose which line shall be looped.
Что вы как бы каждый смотрите, какая вам больше всего нравится горизонтальная именно линия, да, не вертикаль, а горизонталь. И то есть вот да, в случае... Нет, ты вообще про эти партии как бы вы забиваете по своей колонке. Ты просто думаешь, вот допустим, Саша, so just for example, Sasha, let's say that you like line 2 the most. This is als, andererseits, ändert auch. And yeah, and then it goes, yeah? It continues to the next page. No? Or you just mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Sasha says line 2.
Yeah.
I want to repeat this line, was ist ein Takt? Ein Takt. These 9 semiquavers, I want to repeat them 17.
Sorry, I want to try it myself. Again, I choose line 2, and I want to repeat it, let's say 2 times. So I do als, an, andererseits, ändert, auch, als, an, andererseits, ändert, auch.
No, it's just
one bar.
It's just these 9 semiquavers, semiquavers. That you know, you are the conductor, so you make 9 beats, so and these 9 beats are repeated.
So what is being looped is just one bar.
Yes, the whole ensemble repeats this line. It's so simple. No, sorry. We take line number 1, okay?
Yes, yeah,
5 beats. And then when Sasha says she wants to repeat them 5 times, then you repeat them 5 times. Everybody together.
So they have to agree upon how many times they repeat before they play, so because...
Yeah. Yes, clear, yes.
То есть вы как бы договариваетесь.
It's like homework. Everybody can choose one line and can tell the others, okay, line number 13, I want to repeat, and tell the conductor, I want to repeat this line 5 times.
I think I see. So that what would make sense? It would make sense if we would add the numbers also horizontally, because otherwise if you say line 13, it doesn't work, obviously. No. So yeah. So we can, for now, we can just try with the first few lines or with the last lines on the page. So either starting from the top or starting from the bottom, so that it would be easy. Line 3 from the top, line 3 from the bottom, let's say. So that's more or less clear.
Okay.
But it's still, I still don't quite get it. How does it work? So I would suggest we just try it once, because maybe we will learn by doing.
Okay, I make an example.
Yes, please.
We play the first line 5 times. Everybody, it's not, the first line is 5 times. and you make always the same. Everybody. Can we try this?
Подождите, давайте посмотрим, что получится.
Okay, Varya, you don't play. Sorry.
You don't play. Вы говорите.
Говорим?
Да.
Мне кажется, играть
Нет,
надо.
нет.
Окей. Абель. Абель.
Алис.
Абель.
Я правильно говорю?
Абель.
Никто не знает.
Okay, but you can also play. It's not to speak. You can. We make a variation with playing. Okay, the first line 5 times. Okay, it's just a loop, Sergej. It's not. It's.
Мы должны выбрать что-то одно, либо говорить, либо играть, или можно обменять.
Do they choose either to play or to talk, or they can do both?
I think it would be nice when the repetitions are always the same, just like a loop, just like a machine, you know.
А ритм ты считываешь?
Ритм я тоже сам отчитываю.
So again, what does line mean? So is it the whole line Abend, aber, Ahnung, allen, alles, or this is just Abend, 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 Abend?
No, it's for Sasha it's Abend, 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 and for the third, I don't know who it is. Maybe Valentin. It's aber, 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 and for the fourth, it's Ahnung. Fifth, allen. Everybody plays just his word.
Смотрите,
I'm sorry.
Привязано к вашему, я сказал, что вертикально оторваться. Нет. Вы повторяете.
Просто свой квадратик.
Все. Okay, I think just a moment.
5 раз свой квадрат.
I almost got it. So, свой квадратик, да, в этом вертикале свой квадратик.
Вот
То есть,
эта точечка,
да,
вот
вот первый квадратик, вот эта точечка, то есть в случае с Варей.
So Varya doesn't do anything, for example, here because she plays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Варя отдыхает, потому что концертмейстер, как бы не положено. Вот, и когда все начнут договорятся, вступаешь, играешь каденцию к первому концерту. So, yeah, I think I understand. Good. Shall we try this? How many times did we say?
5 times.
5 times. Okay, I think.
And then we go
I'm
then we go to the bar or to the line 2, and then it's okay. Okay.
Okay.
And then we
do
stop.
this and do the transaction to the and do the transmission to the bar too. Okay. One empty bar. Ты можешь выбрать играть или говорить, но все повторения должны быть абсолютно одинаковые.
5 раз повторяю.
Да. Окей. Пустой бар. Пустой этот самый. Пустой бар.
Мне кажется, Alles. Alles. Alles.
That was good. Yeah, really. That was the beginning of the bar too.
Okay, is it clear now? It's
Yes.
Every line is like a bar. It's not notated, but traditionally, but it's like a bar. And when you have a loop, then you have a loop there. And my idea was, because I like loops very much, they are so nice.
Yeah.
And yes. And I thought maybe you could play with these loops. Everybody could say, okay, for me it's line 15 or line 17, like this.
So that you can integrate these loops into the whole, yeah?
Yes, yes.
То есть идея такая, чтобы как бы договориться, интегрировать какие-то
По
штуки.
сути, у нас получится 6 остановок с такими вот циклами.
Чего?
каждый
потому что каждый выберет себе такой такт, и все будут его повторять. Ну, короче, я выбираю там, допустим, третью строчку.
Так.
И мы повторяем ее 7 раз. Ну, да это предположение, Никита.
Ну, что было 6.
Варя выбирает строчку номер 5 и мы повторяем ее 2 раза. И так получается, что у нас вещь идет, мы делаем остановку, повторяем. Вещь идет, делаем остановку, повторяем и так далее.
Okay, I think again I started to lose you.
I'm sorry.
So, is it right that, let's say, they are playing it through, but at some points before they start, they agree upon the repetitions?
Yes. Or they agree now.
Yeah.
You can choose now, but you can't choose in the moment. That's
Yes.
clear.
Okay,
You
shall we
have
choose
to
now?
discuss, and you have to say, okay, I take line. You have to agree, and then you can note this in your score, and so the conductor too, and then it will work. It's
Okay,
not something for the moment.
Yeah, but
choose
shall
it.
we try now? Maybe shall we just try if you can do this with a pencil? Shall we try it? Да. Okay, so Sasha.
Я выбираю последнюю строчку, повторяем ее 4 раза.
Последнюю строчку на какой странице?
На первой.
Okay, Sasha choose last line on page 1, so the bottom line.
Okay,
and we
how many
repeat it
times?
four times.
Можно самим придумать сколько раз. Да, конечно.
И что?
Okay, so.
То есть я могу взять любой такт? Да. И свои строчки?
Варя.
Повторять будем все.
На второй странице.
Second page. Fourth line from the top.
Горизонтально?
А сколько ты
Четвертая строчка. Да, строчка, естественно, так.
7.
Okay, 7 times. Сейчас эти.
Повторяем. Четвертую строчку сверху во второй странице.
Уже было.
Нет,
это да.
я
Раз, а первый вариант какой?
Последняя строчка.
That's going to be fine, actually, your fourth line. It's going to be nicht.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Отметила, да?
Последнюю строчку 4
Да.
раза. На первой
Да,
странице?
да. И на второй странице, четвертую строчку, там nicht у всех. Мы повторяем 7 раз, то есть до потери пульса, в принципе. Варя любит экстрим, мне нравится. Нет. Okay, so is it clear? Someone else wants to repeat something?
Я
Варя?
Страницу пятую снизу.
Okay, second page, line 5 from the bottom.
Сколько раз?
Сколько, Никита, ты пишешь? 5?
Ну, пиши сейчас это говорю.
5? Да?
Сейчас
5?
Никита найдет. Да, давайте 5, конечно.
This line with Verden. Yeah? This one.
У тебя Ви, да?
5, 5, 5.
Первая страница.
Вторая страница, пятая строчка снизу.
5 раз. 5, 16.
Можно я так?
Сколько раз? 5?
5 раз. 5. 5 times.
Честно, как бы это не знаю.
Is everyone happy or someone wants to repeat?
25 раз третья.
Аня, if you want to repeat, you just go on.
Гула в трубочку.
7-я строчка на второй странице.
Page 2, line 7.
6 раз.
Какая страница?
6 times.
7-я строчка.
Вот свои 3 отсчитай. Спасибо. Пожалуйста. Я музыкант, мне не обязательно читать.
Okay, shall we try?
Все, что ли?
Yes, of course. And just to say, this is an example how I have always the impression that I'm very clear. And and my compositions are very clear. And this happens often that it's not at all clear. So it's just an example for me to think how can I write something more clear or more visible. Okay. Thank you so much, and we can try it. Yes. And don't forget to speak sometimes.
Первая строчка на второй странице повторяется 5 раз, пожалуйста, по заявкам публики. Line 1, page 2, 5 times. It was
a desire of Masha. Okay, so we're ready.
Идем от начала до конца. Я дирижирую. Просто вот эти штуки я буду дирижировать в кольце. Ну, то есть они повторяются. Да, ребят, повторы означают, что... Слышите, повторы означают, что мы все вместе идет, да, скажем, на первой странице у нас только один повтор есть внизу, да? Значит, все вместе будет 4 раза. Не 1 плюс 4, да, а все вместе 4. Хорошо? Да. То есть не как бы не плюс 4, а умножить на 4. Внизу первой страницы у вас стоит 4 раза. Да, всего 4 раза. Не 1 плюс 4. Окей. Good.
Адская машина.
Сейчас я хочу, чтобы меня теперь было видно.
Так нам не видно.
Один пустой так. One empty bar. Один пустой бар.
Можно full бар, Сереж? Full бар.
Что?
Full бар.
Нам нужен full бар.
Когда empty бар.
Окей.
Алис. Алис. Бис!
Браво!
Эрферхарфен.
Эльс.
Geschlafen. Nicht. Шрейбов.
Так вышло. Почти.
Okay. This is difficult. Yeah. Great.
But
Yes.
I think at least we have the
I wanted
idea,
to make something very easy and very clear. So maybe it was not very clear written, but I think that the result is beautiful.
I think it's clear enough. So the instructions are clear. It just takes well, not through the time, but it takes time to leave in, you know, to leave through,
no, it's
to
clear.
get it automatically,
Yes.
and for me to learn to count until 7.
So I think the most important is that you are very straight with your sounds, the duration of your sounds. So if it's short, it's really mega short. It's really totally short. And when it's four semiquavers, then it's really 4 semiquavers, and it cuts in the end. And when it's 8 semiquavers, it cuts in the end. So nothing. A bit. It's really. I think I would make it a difference to your piece that you have invented. It should be something really almost mathematics. You know, really clear.
Поиграем очень неполитически, да, как вот прямо вот как отмерено. As if it just was measured and cut out. So.
Yeah. And you begin with an attacker. You begin with a bow. You can maybe you say jeter un peu a bit noisy like this, or also the woodwinds or the winds, sorry, that are a bit almost a bit of slap in the beginning, you know, really an attacker.
Okay, do you have some energy left to repeat it again? Or no? I mean, you can just tell me if you're really worn out.
Лучше не получится, мне кажется, сейчас.
Я бы сыграл бы разочек.
Ну давайте.
Она на самом деле такая длинная. Can we do this one more time?
Yes, of course. Yes. Oh yes, and another thing to tell is, what do you think about words? Can you, in the next time, listen to the words? Are they too? Is it too much? Is it not? Is it not enough? So it's up to you, to the ensemble, to choose whether you want to speak often or not. So it's really up to you.
Okay, because now they kind of do this in a bit improvised manner with the words, just to try how it functions with the rhythm and with the whole structures. But yeah.
Yes, now it's clear. Yes.
Тоже зафиксировать слова, хотим ли мы их сюда интегрировать, если хотим, то чтобы это было тоже зафиксировано. Потому что сейчас мы это немножко импровизируем. Okay, ready? An empty bar. How sad an empty bar can be. Да, когда 7, я показываю до 5, дальше не знаю, чем дальше.
На ногах еще есть.
Пустой.
Yeah. Really, really great. No, now it's perfect. So it's really clear, a bit like an organic machine. I don't know, and also the words are very well placed and super. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. As a conductor, I should be there on stage and ask Annette to stand up, and you know.
Oh yeah. Yes.
So let's pretend I'm doing this. Good. So I think that's quite all we can do for now.
Yeah, I think so too.
So then we will stay in touch. Yes. And oh, pardon, I just tell a few practical things about how we organize the following. As I said in the beginning, we are going to have our next meeting with Annette will be the kind of presentation. We call it final presentation, which is absolutely not true because there cannot be final presentation. We don't have deadlines. We don't have any agreements with publishing houses. So in case someone is following us, you don't worry, it's not going to be published immediately. So we don't have contracts. We have to present a work in progress, and that's what we're going to do. And for this reason, there are some practical aspects that we should all agree upon between all the participants. We try to do as much work as possible here online, live, and we actually succeeded in doing this. But there is one tiny bit of homework that musicians do and our guest composers, our guest peers also do. So to give it a summary, I would say that of course, there will be a kind of internal communication between us to agree upon how much do we repeat, what do we repeat, and which order do we play. But also we can decide this right on the day, right on spot, on the day of presentation. So I just wanted to make this statement that everybody would be ensured that we do not compose, there heimlich, how do you say, secretly, so that we do not secretly compose, 3 hours a day, etc., etc. So that's it. You wanted to say something.
Yes, I wanted just to ask you, shall you play these two pieces, this long piece and this shorter piece that I suggested, or what is your you all, the ensemble, what is your idea? What do you want to play the next time?
So this is still has to be discussed, but we will for sure do this piece that we did right now. So your version. We will also. I would love us to do this. I don't know. Maybe we can modify somehow. Maybe we can make changes in various piece. Not in order to make it shorter. I don't actually want it to be shorter, but just really, like Annette said, that maybe you would decide to take out something which is not that convincing. I don't know. It's not a judgment again. I'm not evaluating your work. It's just a framework for you. So maybe we will do something like that.
Okay.
Because
super.
in this, and also we want to do Sasha's thing, but if I'm not sure yet if Varvara would decide to take it out of her version, then we play also Sasha's version. If Varvara would agree that it fits, maybe it fits. I don't know. So.
I think it would be nice to put it out because it's really a piece of its own, and then this long translation modulation would be one thing, and then your short and compact piece. I thought
maybe,
I think it would become another place,
Yeah, I actually agree. Of course, it's not as advice. It's just also my opinion that because both those concepts developed by well, they're group concepts, but still realized by someone.
Yes.
You know, there is an author, a kind of the one who is responsible, and there is a personal touch on it. So there is a personality, and it means that they're two different, not universes, but two different approaches that they can't be combined, but as they're both kind of holistic, you know, and maybe they're worth to be shown separately. So maybe.
Yes, that's also my opinion. But you choose. I hope you have a bit time to discuss. I don't know.
I think so, well, yeah.
Yes.
Собственно говоря, вам нужно с Сашей, Варе с Сашей нужно как бы решить, как двум авторкам.
Извините. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then. Thank you very much.
Yes, and if you have some questions, I'm always available.
Yeah, sure.
You can write me or whatever. Yes? Okay.
Yeah. Good. Okay, then thank you. Have a nice evening, and thank you for being with us. Thank you for everyone who followed us.
Yes, thank you. You are really great. Yes.